Hey there and welcome to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw Giratina from Pokemon. We're going to get started with the crown that sits on top of the head. So we're going to start with a curve. From the left side we're going to curve down and in. From here we're going to curve up the top point. From here we're going to curve up to the spike at the very top. Now we're going to pull this in, just tapering this line, but we're going to leave a little space on the inside. Curving it down. From here we're going to draw in the center point. From here we're going to curve up and in. Now we're going to curve down in the opposite direction. Curving down. Now we're going to curve the other spike that goes up. So from here we're going to curve around and then just pull it over towards the left side. From here we're going to draw the center point again, going down below, curving down. Now we're going to curve this back up. Now I'm going to take this point and just wrap it around the side so that it sort of tapers out to the side there. From here we're going to draw the top of the head. So it's basically like a little curve from the side here. Curve forward towards the right. Now we just want to show that this is wrapping around the head. So we're going to take this point here and just curve it down. From this front point, we just want to draw the lower jaw armor. From here we're going to curve forward and then down towards the right. We're going to go underneath the crown, just stepping in from that point and just curve down and in. Curving down and then in. From this side here, we want to draw the outer part of the jaw armor. So starting on the side, curve out. We're going to draw a little curve that comes in and then back out. Now we're going to curve down towards the center point, coming down. Now we want to draw on the opposite side of the jaw. So we're going to start on the outside here, on the top of the spike, curving it out. Now we're going to draw a couple of loops coming in towards the center point here. So curving in and then down. Now we're going to pull it inwards, curving up and then down again. Now we're going to make our way in towards that center point, curving up and then down. Up in here we're going to tuck the eye underneath. So it's basically a little half circle starting from the top corner, curve down, and pull that up. Draw a tinier half circle for the iris. And in the middle right here we're going to draw a little dot for the pupil. We're going to color the outer area in black. Let's go ahead and add some stripes in the face. So from the inside of the eye, we're just going to angle a straight line coming down, and then below the eye will come straight down. Now we want to draw the opposite spike here, just like we did on the left side here. So this line is going to continue upwards. Now we want to taper that down below the top of the head. We're going to accentuate the edges here. So we're going to start the tip and just going to taper down. So it gets a little bit wider as we come down. Now from the bottom, we're going to go in the opposite direction. Curving up there, and then we're going to curve around again, just with a short little curve going up. In the center of the head, we're going to start at the very top and just curve alongside the right. Now that we got the head, we're going to work our way down the body. So it's like a snake-like body that swirls around this way. So we're going to start with the back here, just beside this little point, going up, we'll curve down. Now we want to draw that little hook that goes around the body. Starting at this point, we're going to curve inwards. Now we're going to work our way back. From this point, we're going to curve across, sort of horizontally across this way. Now we're going to go upwards with a hard turn, going up, and then we're going to work our way towards the back, going across towards the right with a curve just to about here. We're going to draw a little point in the back here. So we're going to step over towards the left, curving up, and we're going to curve down in the opposite direction, just tuck this in behind that jaw armor. We're going to add a little bit of edge detail here. So from this top corner, we're just going to curve, aiming towards that point with a short curve. We're going to go from the bottom and work our way up. We're going to repeat this 3 times down alongside the back. So from this point, we're going to step down a bit, curving down, just like I did here. We're going to go across, going across the bottom. Now we're going to go up with a hard turn. We're just following this line across this way. Now we want to draw the top, going in. We're leaving a gap here so we can draw that little spike. So we're going to step back, draw a point, curve that back here. Again, we're going to add that little edge detail. From that point, we're going to curve across, and then from the bottom, we'll go up. And we'll do this one final time. So just below that point, curve in. Now we're going to curve across the bottom, working our way towards the left. We're going to go up with a hard turn. Now we're going to go in, curving across, leaving that little gap. And we're going to add that little spike, stepping over towards the left, going up, pulling that back down. We're going to add that little edge here. So starting from this point, we'll curve down, and then from the bottom, we'll just pull that back up. Now we're going to continue the spine going down this way. It's going to start to curve upwards. So we're going to follow this line down to here. We're going to curve in the opposite direction, curving up this way. We want to layer in a spike on the side here. So we're going to start from this point, draw like a little half circle going over towards the right. We're going to take these 2 points and just come in towards the center point of the spike. Starting from the top, we go across with a straight line. I'm going to take that point and make my way towards the bottom. Coming in with a straight line. Let's add a little detail here. So at the top, we're going to curve down, leaving a little gap at the bottom. Take that point, just angle it down and in. Now we're going to continue the body all the way over towards the tip of the tail. So this curve is going to come back behind the spike. It's going to curve back around to about there. Now before I draw on the bottom, I'm going to draw 2 more spikes down here just in case it overlaps the body. So just down here, we're going to draw that little socket first, so a little half circle. Now we're going to come in towards a point. From the top, angle down, then we're going to come in towards the bottom with a straight line. We're going to add that little detail here, starting from the top, curve around towards the bottom, and we'll pull it in. We're going to add one back here because the tail's turning this way. These spikes are going to start to turn this way as well. So right in here, that little half circle, it's going to get tucked in behind that spike. We're going to go across with a straight line. Now we're going to pull this back in. We'll add that little detail here, starting from the top, curve down, and then angle across. Now from the tail, we can tuck this in behind this spike. So we're going to start up here, curving out, so it tapers out, pulling that in behind the spike. Now this is going to come just below here. Continuing this curve down towards the lower part of the belly. This is going to come up and then just go out in the opposite direction towards the neck. So it gets wider out here and then narrower as we get towards the top. I'm going to start by going up, coming up, and then just going over towards the right as I get up towards the neck. Let's add the hooks on the opposite side like we did here. We start at the top here. We're going to curve around and down. Now we're going to pull this back up in behind the front of the neck. At the tip, I'm just going to draw another curve going up. Draw another one layered in behind. So stepping down here, curving out, and then down. Then we're going to curve and hook this back in behind the body. From the tip, I'm just going to curve around. We'll do this one final time right here. We're going to curve around and down. And we'll hook this in behind the body. From the tip, I just want to draw that little edge detail going up. Now these spikes on this side are going to be repeated on the opposite side here. So I'm going to line this up. Starting from the top, angle down and out. I want to pull this back in behind the body with a straight line. And then right here, I'm just going to draw a curve with that little detail there. We're going to add one more down here just to repeat this one on this side. So right here, we're going to go across with a short line. Tuck this in behind the body. Right here, you're just going to see a little bit of that edge detail. Now right along the body, there's these stripes. So we're going to start in the middle right here because this little notch that's taken out here. So it's basically a curve that goes in, but I'm going to draw a little notch here. So starting in the back in the space, curve around. I'm going to come down at an angle. Now I'm going to go up in an angle, going up. Now I'm going to follow the back all the way up underneath the face. So we're going to tuck these in behind these little hooks, going across, up, and then just curving in behind the neck. Now let's start adding in the stripes. Now because the body's curved this way, we want to round out these curves. Starting beside this spike right here, we're going to curve around and then up. I'm going to leave an even space gap all the way up the throat. So curving across like this. We're just going to repeat this as many times as we can until we run out of space at the top of the neck. We add one more right in here. That. Now we're going to repeat this along the body as well. So starting down here, I'm going to curve across. Now because the body's turned, it's going to get wider along the base here and narrower at the top. Starting beside the spike, you can see that I'm tapering it outwards because I want to work with the curve of the body. Going back up, curve down, curve in behind the spike, and I'll go behind it. So I want to make sure that I'm drawing these little curves to show the shape of the body. Another curve back here. Spike. Draw one more on the side, coming around. I'm going to add one more in the back here, just curving around, back in towards the top. I'm going to add 3 stripes along the side here. Starting in the base, curve around. I'm going to go up to the top, draw another curve. Now in here I want to draw 2 more curves. Just fitting in 2 curves across. Now I'm going to do the same at the top here. Starting at the bottom, curving across. I'm going to move up, draw a little curve. I'll draw 2 more inside. Now I want to add these 2 spikes on either side of the tail. So starting up here, in the middle stripe, go out, pull that back in, do that on the inside. Now on this set here, we're going to draw another one too. So right here, we're going to go out, pull that back in, do the same on the inside. Now the final step, I want to add those large appendages at the top of the head. Now these are going to be just a series of wiggly lines that come out from the back. So I'm going to start right up here. I'm going to start by drawing this wavy line that goes all the way to the end, and I'm just going to round out the end, and I'm going to pull that back with a wavy line, and it gets a little bit narrower as I come back towards the body. I'm going to do another one right here, going out with a wavy line, and as I get to the end, I'm going to round it out, and then just pull it back in with a series of wavy lines. We'll do one more. So right here, we're going to go up, round out the end, right beside the tail, and then we'll pull that back in. On the tips, we're going to draw these little spikes. So up here, we're going to draw an angled line, and then just pull that back in. We're going to do that to each of these 3 appendages. Now there's 3 on either side of the body, so I'm going to take these 3 and just duplicate it in the back here. So behind the head, we've got another wave going out, and these are going to be a little bit shorter. So I'm going to curve it around the end, and then just pull that back in. We're going to do one in behind here. So right up here, I'm going to start, go in behind the front, going in between, round it out, come back down here and just pull it up. We'll do one more. So right here, we're going to go up, in behind the front, round out the end, and it's going to make its way back this way. I'm going to add a spike up here, going out, back in, do one in this one, and then a tiny one on the bottom one here. And that is pretty much it. There we have it. There's Giratina from Pokemon. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Make sure you subscribe and check out our Pokemon playlist. We had a new character every Tuesday. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.